Hi everybody, Bloom Stitch Reader here, and I just have a little tip to share with you today, but first somebody wants to say hi. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh, I'm Baxter. Yes, and last night there was a storm, and I'm afraid of storms, and I had to wear my thunder shirt. I did. My thunder shirt. Yes, I did. I wore my thunder shirt, and then I feel a lot better. Yes. And guess what else? I got a new toy. It's an ice cream cone. It's Squeaky Toy. And I love squeaky toys. Oh, okay, that was it. That was our new little Baxtergram. Yes, so anyways, guys, just a quick note on the subscriber giveaway winner. We have a winner, and it was announced yesterday in yesterday's video, so please go check that video for the winner. Okay, so last night I couldn't sleep and my mind is just going 100 miles an hour, and I came up with an idea. I came up with a little pocket idea. I love using ribbons, I love using seam binding, and so I came up with this cute little idea of making pockets with ribbons. No sew. So this is what I'm talking about. See here, I folded this paper bag, this ledger paper, a little bit, and I put 2 holes on the bottom, 2 holes on the top, tie them together, and it forms a pocket. Now, there's variations to this. On the front of this journal, I did it with just 1 hole each, the top and the bottom. Yes, I'm working on this. Where's the cover for my journal? Yeah, here it is in my mess. This is going to be the cover for this journal that I'm working on right now. It's a pretty good sized journal, squishy journal, and it's gonna be really grungy when I'm done with it. It's gonna be extra grungy, so that's what I'm doing. So anyways, back to the pockets. Here is this one, with the 1 punch on the top and the bottom, and then here is the one with the 2 on the top and the bottom. So let me show you how I do it. Let's get here another set of pages that I have not done anything with yet. This will be for a future journal. Okay, so I have this large ledger page in here. Okay, folded in half, and that's one of my pages. That's going to be the page when you first open the cover of the journal. This is what you're going to see. So as you can see, it sticks out on this side, so I could cut it off, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to fold it. Now if I folded it in, I would be covering up some of this beautiful handwriting, because this is an original ledger from 1920. And therefore I'm going to fold it this way. And it doesn't matter how far you go, whatever you want to do as far as your fold. You just fold it down. I don't use a ruler or anything. If it's not completely straight, I don't worry about that. So yeah, you just fold it back. Just like that. Now you could actually leave it like this and just treat it as a loose tuck spot here. But you could go, let's do the 1 punch first. 1 punch hole. 1 hole punch, whatever it is. So you make sure that you punch through both papers, okay? The folded flap and the one underneath it, right there. And then do the same on the top, about the same, you know, to line up exactly with that. The bottom and the top. And then whatever you want to use, you can use sari silk. This is some hand-dyed seam binding that I purchased on Etsy, and it's a really grungy color, so I just cut off a little piece of that. I don't measure how much I cut off or how, you know, what distance I put the holes in here. I just don't measure anything. So I tie I tie it 2 times. 1 to make it stronger, and 2. So we have 1 on the top, and then cut off another piece of that seam binding. We'll do the same on the bottom. I love this idea. It's so simple. It just came to me, and there's variations to this. I will show you a couple of different variations. So here, that's it. This is done. So you can tuck whatever you want in here. Pictures. Okay, so it's a pocket. It's a pocket now in your journal. And no sewing involved. Very simple, and it adds visual and textural interest to your page. Now, of course, you could do the same with a stapler. Instead of the hole and the seam binding, you could just staple that part of the page together if you wanted to. Okay, go back to the back of this page, and we are going to fold this in. I'm gonna go a little wider, and we're gonna do the 2-hole one. Let's see where my, oh, there's my hole puncher. Again, make sure that you punch the hole, 2 holes, and both of them, both papers, you know, through the bottom one and the top. I made the mistake yesterday. I only did 1, and then I corrected it. I noticed it right away. So actually, another idea just came to me just now. We're gonna do this a little bit differently. Okay, so here's a variation. You need a little bit longer, about twice as long seam binding for this. And let's see, how should we do this? Okay, I'm gonna start by going down from the top right hole. I'm gonna go down just like this. Yep, I'm still in frame. Go down and then come back up on the other hole, and then make sure we are nice and tight on the back. We have the same length on each side, left and right, and then we're gonna tie this into a little bow or whatever you want to tie it. I'm just tying it like this. Make sure I don't scrunch the paper together too much here. Tie it twice. Okay, so see, you can do it that way. You can do it that way too. So there, that's one idea. And then we can do the same on the bottom, or I'm gonna do the other version, the first version. So just individually tying these holes. But see, there are no rules, whatever you want to do. But I think it's just so cool. So there and there. There's more variations, just hold on. I show you, there's so many. Whatever you can think of to do with the page. So little pockets, no sew. Tie it twice. Yep, still in frame. Good. So here we go. We created a pocket here. See? Big pocket. Put whatever you want in there. So on the top, we created, let me pick this up. This way we went back and then came back. We went back on the right side, came back on the left, and tied it together. That's one look. And then 2 separate holes tied off separately is another look. I like both. They are different, and you can use the one on the top, one on the bottom, or whatever you want to do. Now, one more variation I want to show you here that is a possibility. Let's say you have a page in your journal that's shorter than the other ones, and you want to lengthen it a little bit, or you want to add a little visual interest to it, and you want to add a tuck spot or a pocket onto it. And I have so much stuff on my desk, it's not even funny. Anyways, here's the page that I'm gonna use. Just any kind of scrap paper. I'm just gonna cut it And again, there's different variations to this. I'm going to show you a couple. Just a little piece like so. And then you can put it wherever you want. I'm going to just put it right here. I think that's how I did it. I'll show you how I did it in the first journal. It didn't really turn out that well. I didn't think. I mean, it was just an experiment. Here. That's the bottom, and that's the top. But just so I can explain it a little bit better here on this page. I'm going to take this page out of this journal. So what you want to do is, let's see, where do we want to put this? Yeah, you want to go with your hole a little bit closer to the edge here. One hole, and then another hole. So it's better to do this before your page is tied in, sewed into the journal. And then we're gonna take our, if I can find the end of my seam binding, yeah. Again, here you have variations. You can do individually tie them off, just like this, individually. I'm gonna put one here and one here, another tie, and then let's see, take another little seam binding. And so this creates a small pocket. You can make your pocket as big as you want. Actually, it didn't really make the page longer. I was wrong about that, but you can vary that too, how you do that. I could have done it. I'll just show you just a second. Ideas are just flying through my mind like crazy right now. But so I could have, okay, let me show you first. Here you have a little, created a little tuck spot now. So see, this is on your page, on the bottom of your page, little tuck spot. Now, I could have done, instead of a small piece like this, I could have done a bigger piece and still do the punch at the same spot and the tie off at the same spot, but just let part of this hanging down for extra writing. I could have had that just hanging down on the page like that. And again, I could have done, well, let's do one more. Ooh, we're at 12 minutes. That's okay. Let's do one more. Let's do it that way. Let's do a little longer one. So I'm gonna cut a bigger page, bigger piece of paper, and put it like this on the top of the page this time. And I'm gonna go in right here near the top of the page, put a hole, and then on this side also. The reason you want to stay close to the edge, because your punch will not go in, at least my punch won't go in very far into the page. So there. So we have two holes, see, on the top of the page. And we're gonna take the longer piece of seam binding now, and we're gonna use just one piece of seam binding. So we're gonna go down on the right side, thread it through. Hope I cut enough seam binding, and then come back from the back on the left side. And we can tie this together right here. And one more time, one more knot. There you go. Well, let's see how this worked. Did it work? Can we use this as a tuck spot? Yeah. See, you can put stuff under it. It will hold it. Well, kind of, yeah. It will hold it there. I don't like the way this is. I might just rip this off. I will ink that up, and I don't even know if I'm gonna leave it like that yet. It just looks unfinished yet, but anyways, this is just a couple of ideas, starter ideas for how much you can do with just a little seam binding and a little piece of paper and no sewing. attaching little pockets. Here is our first version with the one hole on the top and the bottom, and then we did the two hole one, that one, and then this one on the bottom. So that's what I have for you guys today. Yes, I'm working on this journal here. That's gonna be really grunged up, really grungy. So not sure if I'm gonna finish this yet today. I'm working on it, and I hope to do a video about it, but I will, if not, I'll definitely gonna have this listed. So yeah, just look for it, for this beauty. I'm really excited to get this finished up, and I'm really excited about decorating it. So thank you so much. You guys have a great weekend. Peace out.